Ford replaced the engine, the transmission, and the body of the F-150 in under 7 years. Every swap raised your repair bill. An $800 fender became $2,500. A transmission that lasted the life of the truck now needs a $4,000 rebuild. The features mechanics actually miss weren't deleted because they failed. They were quietly removed to hit numbers on a test no owner ever asked for, and the first receipt tells you everything. From 1997 through 2010, the F-150 came standard with the 5.4-liter Triton V8. No turbos, no direct injection, just a naturally aspirated engine that could push past 200,000 miles with basic maintenance. In 2011, Ford pulled the Triton and installed the 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. The sales pitch promised more horsepower, better torque, and a big jump in fuel economy. What owners actually got was the first factory twin-turbo pickup and a new kind of maintenance bill. The EcoBoost uses direct injection. That means fuel sprays straight into the combustion chamber, not over the intake valves. On paper, it is efficient. In reality, it leaves those valves dry. Oil vapor and soot build up, forming thick carbon deposits. The old V8 washed its valves clean every time you hit the throttle. The EcoBoost does not. Ford's own service literature recommends walnut shell blasting every 60,000 to 80,000 miles. The average invoice runs between $400 and $800 per cleaning. One master technician, ASE certified and Ford trained, holds up a 2023 receipt that shows $475 for walnut blasting and $125 for labor. That is $600, not covered by warranty and required just to keep the engine breathing right. Owners who bought a 2011 or newer F-150 did not get a maintenance-free upgrade. They got a new line item on their service bill. The Triton V8 had its flaws, timing chains and spark plugs for example, but it never forced you to pay for intake cleaning. The EcoBoost swap was not about making a better truck. It was about hitting Environmental Protection Agency test numbers. The first deletion was not announced. It showed up as an invoice. The 6R80 automatic was the backbone of the F-150 from 2011 through 2017. 6 gears, ZF licensed internals, and a track record that made it the go-to for fleet trucks and high-mileage owners. Transmission shops still quote 200,000 miles or more before a major rebuild. Fluid changes every 30,000 miles, and you could expect a $2,800 to $3,200 bill if you ever needed a full teardown. Most never did. In 2018, Ford retired the 6R80 and installed the 10R80, a 10-speed co-developed with General Motors. The official story was better fuel economy and a broader gear spread. What owners got was a new pattern of problems. Early 10R80 units suffered from gear hunting, low-speed shutter, and premature torque converter clutch failures. The most common complaint was a vibration at 5 to 15 miles per hour, traced to the torque converter lockup. Ford issued Technical Service Bulletin 2018-5B in March 2019, calling for software updates and, if that failed, a full torque converter replacement. The average quote for a 10R80 rebuild was $3,200 to $4,500. That is a $1,000 jump over the old 6-speed. A transmission specialist lays out a printout of the Technical Service Bulletin and a customer receipt. The labor alone often exceeds $1,500. Owners who bought a 2018 or newer F-150 did not get a more reliable truck. They got a transmission designed to chase EPA numbers, not long-term durability. When the 6R80 disappeared, so did the peace of mind that came with it. The cost now sits squarely on the owner's shoulders, out of warranty, and off the balance sheet. In 2015, Ford swapped the F-150's steel body for high-strength aluminum. The press release promised a lighter, more advanced truck. Owners got a new line item on their repair bill. Collision shops used to quote about $800 to replace a steel front fender on a pre-2015 F-150. The process was simple. Cut, weld, paint, done. With aluminum, that same repair now totals $2,500 to $3,500. The invoice breaks it down. $1,200 for the panel, $1,100 for labor, plus the cost of specialty adhesives and rivets. The shop cannot just weld and patch. Aluminum needs a dedicated bay, different tools, and more hours on the clock. A collision estimator lays out two invoices side by side. One for a 2014 steel body truck, $820, fender replaced, customer out the door in a day. One for a 2016 aluminum body, $2,950, same damage, same shop. The difference is not hypothetical. Insurance carriers noticed. After 2015, average comprehensive premiums for F-150s jumped by $15 to $25 per month. The Insurance Information Institute and CCC both list a 2.5 to 3 times multiplier for aluminum repair costs compared to steel. Owners who bought a 2015 or newer F-150 did not just get a lighter truck. They inherited higher repair bills, longer shop times, and steeper insurance. The savings at the pump, maybe half a mile per gallon, do not come close to covering the extra thousands spent after a minor accident. The aluminum switch was not about building a tougher truck. It was about chasing EPA numbers. The old steel body did not need a marketing campaign. It just worked, and it did not bankrupt you after a fender bender. Factory navigation was standard on every F-150 trim through 2023. For 2024, Ford deleted the hardware and replaced it with a subscription. Owners who want built-in maps now pay $12.99 a month through the Ford Pass app. That is $155 a year for something that used to come with the truck. The fee starts after the first 30 days. There is no way to unlock the feature permanently, even on top trims. The keypad on the driver's door, once standard on XLT and up, moves to a dealer-installed option for 2025. It is no longer included on most builds. Order guide screenshots posted by a forum moderator show the keypad line item grayed out on XL and XLT. Owners now pay extra for a basic lockout safety feature. The B&O Unleashed system dropped from 18 speakers to 14 in the 2024 refresh. Ford did not announce the change. Owners who paid for the premium package in 2022 now find the same badge, fewer speakers, and no price reduction. Active Park Assist vanished during the 2022 chip shortage. Some trims never got it back. For 2 model years, buyers paid full price and received a blank button or a software placeholder. Every deletion is documented in the order guides. Owners are left with receipts, monthly fees, missing features, and downgraded hardware, while the warranty stays the same. The new F-150 costs more, delivers less, and demands a subscription for what used to be included. The F-150 powertrain warranty has not changed since 2011. 5 years or 60,000 miles, whichever comes first. That is the same coverage buyers got with the old 5.4 Triton V8 and the 6 R80 transmission. But the trucks themselves are not the same. Modern F-150s pack in turbochargers, direct injection, 10-speed transmissions, electronic hubs, and hybrid modules. Each new feature introduces another potential failure point. The warranty does not cover any of it past 60,000 miles. Failure rates do not spread out evenly. They cluster between 90,000 and 150,000 miles. Turbo housings crack. Timing chains stretch. IWE vacuum hubs leak. A single out-of-warranty turbo replacement runs $2,200 to $3,500. Timing chain jobs top $2,500. The new hybrid battery modules cost over $4,000. All of it is on the owner, not Ford. An insurance claims manager lays out the numbers. Modern F-150s cost 30 to 40% more to repair than their predecessors. The price of a replacement PCM or body control module has climbed from $1,200 to $3,500 in 5 years. Labor rates have jumped too. A $1,800 invoice for a vacuum hub repair, a $2,900 bill for a turbo swap. The warranty term is frozen in time, but the risk and the cost have multiplied. Owners who bought new after 2011 are exposed. The receipts do not lie. A 2015 F-150 owner posts a Carfax with 210,000 miles and a full maintenance log. The truck lists for $21,900, nearly $4,000 more than a 2018 with half the mileage. The difference isn't nostalgia, it is the market pricing out risk. Buyers know what the 2014 to 2016 trucks still have: the 5.0 V8, the 6R80 transmission, and a steel body that doesn't turn a parking lot ding into a $3,000 repair. Each of those features is stamped on the listing. Screenshots from dealer sites show last year of steel body and 6-speed, not 10-speed, as headline selling points. One owner's ad reads, "No turbo, no direct injection, no subscription fees. The premium is real." Kelley Blue Book and Carfax both list a 5 to 8% markup for these trucks over newer models, with more features on paper but less value in practice. The receipts, the mileage, and the resale numbers all line up. Owners who stuck with the last of the steel, V8, 6-speed F-150s now watch their so-called old trucks fetch more than the newer, supposedly better versions. The market knows what's missing and what's worth keeping. You used to get a steel body. Ford replaced it with aluminum in 2015. You had the 6R80 transmission. It was gone in 2018, replaced by a 10-speed transmission with a higher failure rate. Each change raised costs, cut durability, and padded compliance numbers. This is not nostalgia, it's evidence. What did you pay for?